Welcome once again to my channel Fox Business. My name is Ufosu Godwin, a marketing professional and a marketing trainer. In this video, we're going to talk about email marketing tips or email marketing strategy for small business. As a small business, having got a social media profile, a website, etc., another strategy that you can add to your arsenal of your digital marketing effort is email marketing. Email marketing is very cost effective and when done very well can lead to positive results. Now, the first thing you have to do as a small business if you want to harness the power of email marketing is to first of all build a list from your identified target audience. Now you have your target audience. Let's say your business is into event services or event management, and you have identified a corporate market. You want to do more of corporate events. So it is time to build a list of corporate entities that you send your email address to. It is important to ensure that you get the correct and the right email address. Email addresses that does not have typos or mistakes. There are several ways that you can collect email addresses on the internet. It is important to ensure that the email address that you collect links up to the right person, to someone within the decision-making unit. There are times your email might not reach the decision-making unit, or the email address that you find might be for the admin. But there's a way that you can craft your email asking whoever receives the email to forward it to any member of the decision-making unit. So you can still, as a matter of fact, make use of any email address that you come across. But it's important to ensure that you get quality email address to be able to reach out to the right person. There are several sources that you can get access to email addresses. For example, on the company's website, at the contact section, you can get email address. Sometimes some of the companies publish the profile of the top members of the organization, or the top team members of the organization, or top management of the organization. And sometimes it comes with their email addresses. So you can also harness on that and get email addresses. You can also get email addresses on social media sites or platforms such as LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. But sometimes some of these email addresses, like I said earlier on, might be towards admin. The email will go to the admin. So in your email content, you can specify that you would love that the email is forwarded to who? To a member of the decision-making unit within the organization, and you appreciate that, right? Almost all of these social media sites, you can be able to scrap email addresses from there. Sometimes you might be lucky to get the email address of the owner of the business. The owner of the business himself might have been the one managing the main page or the main email address, the admin email address, and that one is going to be easier for you to reach out to the main decision maker or the owner of the company, especially for medium and smaller companies. You can also make use of email scrapers. Some of them are free, some are also paid for, or email collectors. These are softwares that collect emails from websites and from the internet as well. Some of these scrapers can be embedded in your web browser, for example on Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and many other browsers. So as you browse through websites, this scraper collects the email addresses. You can copy these email addresses and then send them up. You can also, as a matter of fact, you do sign up forms and embed them in your website and in your social media to collect email addresses. You can also give gifts out to collect email addresses or share very important information in the form of an article or a blog, and then you ask the prospects to share their email address to continue reading. There are a lot of email collection softwares as well out there, like I said earlier on, that can collect softwares. Some of them are paid, but as a small business, if you cannot afford the paid one, then you can go and take advantage of the free ones, right? There are also online directories that you can browse, but you can ask whoever salesperson that your email reach to forward it to an appropriate person, or even request for the email address of someone within the decision-making unit. Though some of them may be rude, from my experience, some of them may be rude and they will not actually mind you or reply to you, but some too might be nice and they might even provide you with the email address of these, decision-making unit members. You can also search on Google using what we call Google search operators, which are very useful ways in helping you to search. Some of them are in the form of the Boolean operators. So for example, bank and financial institutions, the N will be in capital letters, and financial institutions. Bank, not financial institutions, the not will be in capital letters. All this will also help you to also get information that you are required. There are several of these Google search operators out there. The next thing to do is to choose the email type. Are you creating or doing the email for awareness? Maybe you're a new company and you want to introduce your company to your target audience. Is it for sales promotions, discounts, rebates, offers, competitions, etc.? You can also look at the fact that you can, as a matter of fact, also circulate newsletters. So are you circulating newsletters? Are you creating awareness, or you are using the campaign for promotions? It is important to get to know this, and this will give you as to where you are arriving at, and you also build a goal or an objective out of this particular. So you know when you are creating awareness, you are creating awareness. If you want your newsletter to be circulated around, you know that you're looking at circulation rate and all that, sales promotions, and so on and so forth. Now the next thing is to design your email content. Designing an appropriate email content is very vital to your email getting the response that you want. Sending emails and not getting a response sometimes is a bit painful. Sometimes you can send about 200 and you get only about 5 response. There might be issues with the email address. There might be issues with whether your email ended up in the spam or in the junk mail. But sometimes it might be the content. If your content is clumsy and your content does not carry a message that resonates with the target audience, your email might be open, 1, but it will not be read and no response will get. 2, if your email content and subject line doesn't match 2 as well, or if the subject line looks fishy, the mail might not even be opened. Now let's look at how you can go about creating content that will resonate. Keep your emails short and simple. So you start with your DSL or Dear Madam, right? If you know the person's name, you can add the person's name to it. And then make sure that the content focuses on the benefits and features of your product briefly. Don't write about unnecessary things. Don't let your email be too lengthy. At least 3 paragraphs will do. The paragraph shouldn't be that much. Just introduce the name of the company. Just quickly start by telling them about the fact you want to introduce them to your company, the name of your company, where your company is located, and what the company does. Then you talk about the products that you offer quickly. Just don't waste the time of the reader. Most executives don't have time to read long emails. So talk about the benefits and features of your product briefly. You can include links to your website, to even to your YouTube account, especially if your product requires demonstration, for example, machinery, etc. You can as well also ensure that you attach brochures and some relevant literature about your product. Right? It is important to keep your emails simple and short. Your email should not take more than 2 minutes to read. It should be something simple. At least even within 1 hour, within 1 minute. Within 1 minute, I repeat, within 1 minute. Within 1 minute, the recipient should be able to read your email and understand the email. You can, like I said, you can add links to videos, etc. There's this email that one company sent me. They had a link to a customer testimony, and it was very convincing. right? It is also important to optimize your content for device. When I talk about optimize your content for device, I am talking about optimizing your content for mobile and tablet. You see, with a large number of mails being checked on mobile phones, it is important that your content should be able to be readable or should be readable on mobile phones. That when the person opens the email on his mobile phone, he should be able to read, get access to links, etc. Always ensure that you test your mails before you send. Sometimes the links might have been corrupted and it might not open. So make sure you test the email before you send them. So as a matter of fact, you need to optimize your content for all different types of devices. Your content should be easily read on mobile and tablets. You can also make use of email content softwares. There are many of them out there. Some of them offer free, limited free access, and so on and so forth. They come in different forms. There's a drag and drop where you can just drag and drop whatever content you want to put in there. Some comes with, gives you the opportunity to also add photos, etc. I mean, with different templates and designs to make your email looks appealing. Always mind your grammar and your spacing and your paragraphing. The email, like I said, should not take more than 2. At least in a minute's time, the reader should be able to have an idea of what your email is talking about. Always include a call to action, that is a CTA, such as call us, WhatsApp us, sign up, download ebook, make a purchase, etc. At the end of the mail, make sure that you have all the necessary information down there. And I'm talking about your signature. The signature information, that means the name of your company, your position, your name, etc. So let's say yours sincerely or yours faithfully, KXY, marketing manager for Events Ghana. Then your telephone number, etc. should also be there. It is important to have that signage at the end there. It is important so that you can even add your social media handles to that, right? And this is very important. It is always important to also include your phone number and your WhatsApp numbers. They're very important out there. So creating the content should be one of the most important things you should look at, because it can also affect the open rate or reply rate, should I put it. Another aspect of the content is the subject line. Subject lines should be catchy. Subject line should also relate to the content. The subject line should also be optimized for mobile. With a lot of emails being opened on mobile, long subject lines might not be seen very well on mobile phones. So make sure that at least only between 3 and let's say maximum 4 words or 3 words. So 30% discount on mobile phones, 10% discount on event services. Don't let your subject line be too long. It should be optimized for mobile as well. It must be catchy. It must be something that should persuade someone to click and open and read. You see, it is important to ensure that you also look at how you send your emails in bulk, because you have a large number of lists to send and you cannot sometimes send them one by one. So maybe you segment them, those in the SME, those in the large corporations, those in the informal, those in formal. And what you do is that you rather use the BCC, that is a blind copy. So you post all the emails, you copy and paste all the emails on the blind copy instead of the copy, the CC. So the BCC. So first of all, you choose one recipient. Then you come to copy. And with the copy, like I said, we have the CC and the BCC. Click on the BCC as a blind copy. And then paste the email addresses there. With that one, no other recipient sees that another recipient has been sent that same email. And it looks much more professional. You can also schedule your emails and send them at another time. With Gmail, for example, you can watch my video on how to schedule email on Gmail on my video on this channel, or in my video on this channel. You can also do an A/B test. It's always good to test your content. You can prepare 2 different contents. Send one set of content to target A and then another set of content to target B, and see the one that gets the most response, right? And then you are good to go. The last thing in the email strategy for small business is to analyze your performance. That is the last strategy when it comes to the email marketing strategy or email marketing strategy for small businesses, is to analyze your performance. This lets you know where you are going or where you are driving at, what goals you are achieving, and how well you have performed. So there are several metrics that we can use. For example, open and reply rate, unsent rate, sometimes demon failure to send the email. So you normally get something from you get a reply that your mail was not able to be sent, right? Because the email address was wrong or something. So you need to also check on that, the number of email addresses that went and could not, reach out to the target audience, and it was, blocked as well. You can also find out about those who replied and the inquiries and sales and revenue you got, right? So it is important to also ensure that you also use email softwares that can give you access to analytics. I use one particular one that could give me access to, for example, whether the mail has been read, it has been opened, or it has been deleted, right? So there are several of them. If you have the resources, you can acquire one, but make sure you acquire one that is for small businesses so that your budget will meet that. Thank you very much for watching my video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Don't forget to comment, share, and like.